Recently, I saw a woman that had 4 kids, and these 4 children, they were all autistic. Just the last child, which the woman said she don't even know if they are going to say anything about it, because at 6, the child was still not verbal and is still doing below what a 6 years old should do. So she is saying that she has an appointment to come to the hospital just so they could confirm if this child is autistic like the siblings. When I saw this, and at the time, I saw so many people that have been giving birth to children, normally children that are normal, things are right, but it got to a point that everything you give birth to one, they will not tell you that, oh, he's autistic. And people have begun to take autism as a way of life. They begin to see it as though it is normal, it's something that should be accepted or taken into our lives or the life of our children. I remember I went to God and I was like, why is this thing happening? Why is this thing happening? Is it really right for Christians to begin to experience this in their life? Is it right for one to give birth to a child and you will live all your life training that child, taking care of that child as if he's a baby, or you don't have your own life anymore? Is this how it should be? And I just remember the book of the Lord, which said in the book of Luke 13, verse 16. If you read from 11, it said, and behold, there was a woman which had the spirit of infirmity 18 years and was bowed together, and means the woman was bent. She couldn't stretch herself. She was living in that condition for 18 years before Jesus met her. So Jesus called unto her and said, you are loosed. If you go on and read verse 16, you hear what the Lord said. He said, and ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan has bound, lo, these 18 years, be loosed from this bound on the Sabbath day? Jesus was asking. But the thing that I want us to get in that verse is, he said, whom Satan has bound, who Satan has made to believe over time that that's her destiny, who Satan has made to believe over time that it is the way of life. This is the daughter of Abraham. Remember in Genesis, God said that Abraham's blessings are ours. If you are a Christian and you are a believer of Christ, you ought to enjoy that Abrahamic blessings. So everything that is happening, the hostilities that is happening on this earth ought not to be your portion, because you are a child of destiny. You are a child of Abraham. By nature, by covenant, you are Abraham's seed. That's why Jesus was telling them, all this ought to be a child, a daughter of Abraham, that Satan has banned for 18 years. So when we look at this autistic issue that is happening every day, you begin to ask yourself, is this what God wants in my life? Am I supposed to share the same story with the people of the world? Am I supposed to give birth to a child when God has told me that my children are blessings and things are turning out to be like this? Am I supposed to just fold my hands and let them tag my child as autistic when I know I can speak against that demonic spirit? When I know I can speak against that spirit that is not of God, that want to keep my child in one spot? Not just keeping your child, is trying to bring pain to you. It's trying to bring shame to you. It's trying to bring shame and disappointment to you. It's trying to make you to remain treating or taking care of that child all his life. I tell you, that is not the will of God for us as children of God. As a Christian, if you are facing that, it's time to wake up and speak to that devil to leave your home. It's time to wake up. Don't believe it and say, oh, it is autistic and it's just going to remain like that. No. Begin to speak. That's why you see today, when you say someone is sick, they'll say, bring him to NSPPD, because there had been tremendous testimonies of children being loose from that demonic power, of children being loose from that demonic sage that called himself autism. Is a spirit and you can address it. It is the stranger you decide to keep in your home that remains. I am not speaking to carnal people, because remember the word of the Lord which said that the word of the Lord is said to them that are carnal is foolishness unto them. They don't see it as anything. As I'm saying this, most people are even hungry because they feel that I'm not supposed to talk like that. But I urge you, brothers and sisters, do not let the devil make you believe that autism is a way of life. Everything that does not speak the will of the Lord in his word shouldn't be part of you. Everything that does not speak the will and plans and counsel of God concerning your life shouldn't be allowed or entertained within your territory. You need to arise and speak the word of the Lord. He said, children are our inheritance. He said, children are our blessings. So any power that want to stand to pollute our children, that want to turn them away from the right will of God for their life, that God himself today by his mercy will deliver our children and let such spirits leave. Let such spirit live. Remember in the book of the Lord in Job 5:23. If you read, he said we are in league with the stones of the earth. Therefore, the hostilities that happens on this earth, the demonic operations that works on this earth is not supposed to be our portion. We are not to keep such things in our home and believe that we ought to live like that. The Lord himself has said it, that he himself is the one that will bring to pass his will in our lives. Therefore, we shouldn't allow autism or whatever it is to be named among us. So I urge you today, arise and pray about this. Speak to God concerning this and speak to that situation to leave your home. That is not God's will for you. I pray the Lord place his word in our heart and make the word be blessed. And may every children that is going through autism or going through this demonic spirit be loose from it all. In Jesus' name.